稽古すればいい。
Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel, JPM.Cuisine. Today, it's the Hanzo Katana series 8-inch Gyuto chef knife. Okay, let's go ahead and open it up. So we've got a magnetically sealed box. We've got a VG10 core that uses 1% carbons. Let's see, we've got 67 layers of Damascus stainless, and we've got a 60 plus or minus 2 on the Rockwell hardness C scale. It's got a G10 handle, and we've got the Gyuto. So it's velcroed in. We've got a tip protector, and we've got the Velcro and foam all around it. So right out the box, we can see it's got that Damascus style finish on it with the grains in it and some of these circle type finishes. We've got the VG10 core with the 67 ply HRC, that's the Rockwell hardness C of 60. So we've got the polished spine, as you can see from the reflection there. And we can see that the edge of the knife begins right off that Damascus. We can easily see the fibers in the G10 handle. It has that faux wood grain, which is pretty cool. We've got the center inlay with a 3-rivet system and seamless, almost seamless bolster from the handle. Very tight seal between the two handles and the full tang. And we've got a nice rounded polished butt cap. The choil polished as well. Not so much of a bolster, but it is a one-piece bolster that has been either merged or is a single piece with the edge itself. Let's check the lockup. So a nice pronounced belly near the tip of the knife. A pretty good rock that you can feel from there. Yeah, very nice rocking there. Go ahead and get the weight. Let's see. So we're looking at 238 grams. Let's look for the balance. So it is a handle heavy knife and it's got a very good polish on it, so it's gonna be kind of hard to get it to sit, but the balance is right at the edge of the bolster and that first seam. Honestly, you feel like the handle's a little bit heavier than the blade, so you get that nimble feel, but you can tell that it is, as opposed to being right on the choil of the knife, or towards the heel, we're scooted back a little bit here for the balance. Let's get into some quick paper cutting. Again, this probably isn't going to happen very often. We're just finishing up the last of the paper I have. And push cut through, so razor sharp out of the box as expected. Okay, so I've got a pretty ripe tomato here, but we're just going to go in and give it a cut and see how it works. So we get that first cut through. Okay, getting that sit down. The handle already feels pretty comfortable in your hand when you're holding it. With those rounded edges on it, it feels really good. You can't really tell that there's much of a seam between the tang and the handle, so that's good. Very nice quality in that sense. So again, we'll just get our first cut through. Thin as nice as possible. So we get a single drag through. So no issues cutting through the skin, and this is fairly ripe. Let's see if there's a more ripe area. A fairly ripe tomato. Okay. So getting a nice cut through. You guys can see the thinness of those cuts. The Hanzo is exposed. Alright, let's get into the actual cut and I'll tell you how it feels. So cutting through, very smooth. As you can see, it cut through the tomato. So we'll just cut some slices. Again, I'll use a pinch grip. Try to apply some good technique here. And so the thicker slices, I mean, it goes through pretty easily on the skin. Let's see, we can do a weight of the knife cut. Yeah, so we get a nice little cut through with the weight of the knife, with the 8-inch. Not applying much pressure at all there, and we get these nice cuts. Go ahead and remove this. Okay, let's see if we can get some thinner cuts here. Okay, not bad. We'll do a draw through, yeah. Those are cool, very nice cuts. Very good sharpness out of the box. Not a lot of drag through. Sometimes when there's a texture on the side of the knife or something like that, you may feel some drag when you're cutting through, but in this case, I'm not. So we'll go from the heel down, just cutting through. Very nice, no issues whatsoever on that. Very ripe tomato. Cutting test, and I'll just lop off the end. Okay, perfect. I'm just gonna sort of round it off, or square it off, I mean. Nothing too fancy. Okay, so we'll just cut it into strips, maybe some matchstick style. Feels good cutting through. Let me just move these out of the way and I'll just cut this a little fatter here. So just cut through. Cuts through easily. My fingers out of the way. Rock, not bad at all. Let's try that with some of the skin. Just do a little rock. Nice and thin, kinda. It's a little bit of a shorter rock because the belly is near the front, but it's not that pronounced. See, a good positive lockup on there. Cuts through. Check that again. See what that would mean. Cutting, yeah, it cuts through cleanly. So, no issues with the edge whatsoever. I'm not displeased with it at all. Enjoying it. It's a little bit wider at the spine, so maybe with carrots or something you might feel like it's gonna cause it to, what do you call it, to split rather than slice through, but I cut through the potato without any issues, so I don't anticipate too much anything like that. The handle is very comfortable in the hand. I don't have any issues with that. It's a little bit of a smaller size profile from the heel to the spine. Nothing wrong with that as well. Still, what was it, like 230 something grams? So you're still getting a good weight to the knife, or a feel of the knife. There. So we'll just cut some onion up. Feels really good cutting in the hand. Some people, if you've got larger knuckles, you might have an issue with this one where you might run your knuckles on the board. I don't. I've got kind of smaller hands, smaller fingers, so it doesn't really get in my way. Cuts through nicely. Let's see if we can get a dice here. Outside of my norm here. Pushing away. Worry about the technique. Just worry about the size with the tip. Yeah. Gets a little bit more oomph, as you can hear. Not bad. I like the style, the profile. It's a pretty good knife. Slices, it dices, it chops. Very cool. Well, let's see, what else can I say about it? I'll post the link in the description if you want to pick one up, you can see what they look like or what they cost. It's an Amazon link is usually where I look at it because I have a Prime membership. But, I don't know, it feels pretty good. It's a little bit shorter in terms of profile. If you just watched my previous video, I did the Kramer, and the Bob Kramer feels like, you know, ginormous compared to this one. So you get a little bit more steel with that one. Profile still pretty nice. You kind of get a mixture in between that Gyuto for slicing, and as you can see, it works for chopping. A little bit smaller belly, so you don't get as, it doesn't feel like you can get as high on that rock, but that's okay. I feel like you can get a little bit more control with that. And the other thing is it's got a very positive lockup, so at least from here to here, you're getting a good lockup on your chop. No issues working through anything. Very good knife, VG10 with a Damascus finish. Nice polish on it. Way to go, Hanzo. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this review. Please leave any comments down below. I'll leave all the links in the description. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.